This is Igbo area Hello. Igbo si na mgbe onye ọbụla tetara n'ụra bụ ụtụtụ ya. For long we have bemoaned the situation where ndị Igbo largely have abandoned home for foreign lands. And everywhere we go, we settle down, build our businesses, grow our families, build houses and begin to develop those areas. Yet, very so often, the people we have helped to develop their areas turn around to threaten us. In many cases, our lives and assets are assaulted and destroyed. It is true that perhaps, learning from our experiences during the Civil War, many of us have built houses at home. But most of the houses are only guest houses visited once or twice a year. The entire southeast Nigeria is ravaged by poverty, essentially because of low capital investment in the region. I believe that the threat of the Oba of Lagos to throw the Igbo into the Atlantic Ocean during the 2015 elections was a major wake-up call. We Igbos need to begin to think home and invest home. We are safer in our homes. Agha mara ọkwa adịghị eri nwa ngwọrọ, ọ dịghị eri onye ngwọrọ. And onye ajụrụ adịghị ajụ onwe ya. Now let's check something. The Igbo economy before the Nigerian Biafran War. It is on the record that in 1964, the eastern Nigeria had the fastest growing economy in the world, anchored on agriculture and manufacturing. We were the largest producer, processor, and exporter of palm oil and palm kernel. We were the largest producer of cassava. We competed with Western Nigeria in the commercial production and export of cocoa and rubber. We had Abakaliki rice before we had of Uncle Ben's or Ofada rice. Our people were known for farming yams, the king of the tubers. Hence, we celebrated New Yam Festival, which we still do, but with yam imported from Benue/Kogi states. We had the most remarkable and extensive industrial base that stretched from Trans-Amadi in Port Harcourt to Factory Road in Aba and extended to the Onitsha-Nnewi axis, which produced essentially light consumer goods, many of which we import today. We built an industry around coal in Enugu and developed big commercial centers in Aba and Onitsha that distributed the agricultural and manufactured goods from our industries. Everybody came either to Aba or to Onitsha to buy, including those from the West and Central Africa. At this time, the rate of unemployment was close to zero in eastern Nigeria and poverty was less than 10%. Now let's talk about the Igbo economy today. That is Igbo economy after the war, today, presently. Since the war ended, the economy of the southeast Nigeria has declined steadily, and as we speak, it is lying prostrate. Its GDP is the least in the south. Unemployment and underemployment have risen to frightening proportions, helping to spike criminal activities in the region. The southeast virtually depends on food imports from the north. In consequence, there has been unparalleled migration and emigration from the southeast to every part of Nigeria and every corner of the world, leaving our villages for the old, infirm, and desperate. Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysians, and UAE prisons are filled with our young men who are running away from poverty at home into the misery of cold prison walls. Ndibanye, must we allow this to continue? To fiakwa, God forbid. Now let's talk about Igbo investment in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Igbo investment is sustaining Nigeria. Many non-Igbo writers and commentators have opined that if you take away Igbo investment in Lagos, the state will crumble. And they may not be lying. They may not be lying. One Clement Udegbe, writing in the Vanguard newspaper of July 26, 2013, estimates that Igbo investment in Lagos is around 600 trillion naira, twice that of Abuja. The estimated Igbo investment in other parts of the north are as follows: Plateau, 15 trillion. Kano/Kaduna, 10 trillion. Borno/Yobe/Adamawa, 5 trillion. That is the estimated Igbo investment in other parts of the north. In the south of Nigeria, it is estimated that Igbo investment in each state, especially in the south-south, is not less than 5 trillion naira per state. These are all investments made since the war ended. In 2007, Nasser El-Rufai, the then FCT minister, had this to say about Igbo and Abuja. He said, Igbos have acquired 73% of landed property in Abuja. Abuja is the 6th state of the southeast. Imagine. He added for effect that 68% of the land has actually been allocated to the north, but now the Igbo own 73%. In 2010, Governor Gabriel Suswan of Benue State said, any state that ignores the Igbo does so at the risk of its economy. Recently, a magazine published the names of 50 Igbo men and women who live in Lagos alone who are billionaires. Yet, Ala Igbo lies desolate, its walls broken and its gates burnt. My people, Akonya luo ulo, Akonya luo ulo. We are the Nehemiahs that will rebuild Ala Igbo and return it to the state described by Olaudah Ekweno in the 18th century. A nation of clean and happy people, without unemployment, without drunkards, without prostitutes, and without beggars. Now, how do we achieve this? How do we do this? 1. Every Igbo businessman or professional who is outside Ala Igbo should, within the next 1 year, set up an office, a branch, a shop, or a depot in Ala Igbo. If this happens in 1 year, we can create at least 1 million jobs in Ala Igbo, assuming one business employs only one person to run the office or depot. The impact will be revolutionary. Number 2, we should give priority to investing in any part of Ala Igbo should a need for new investments arise. Henceforth, before we put new investments elsewhere, especially in Nigeria, we should have first tried putting the investment in Ala Igbo. Number 3, gradually, over the next 3 years, transfer the headquarters of our businesses to Ala Igbo and maintain branches outside Ala Igbo, just as ABC Transport, Inosen, Ibeto, and some others have done. Number 4, mentor young Igbo entrepreneurs and assist them to set up new businesses in Igbo land instead of crowding into Lagos and Abuja or taking greater risks up north. Help organize cooperatives in our villages and assist them to have access to government, banking, and other support in agriculture and commerce. Take every opportunity to invite our business partners within and outside Nigeria to Ala Igbo. For example, determine that all board meetings of your companies should be held in Ala Igbo. Try and model Christian business ethics in our businesses and teach young entrepreneurs how to prosper in righteousness. Make deliberate efforts to support each other's business as the Jews, the Chinese, and Indians do. Let our wealth remain preferentially among Ndi Igbo. Introduce or reintroduce the culture of Ndi Igbo building businesses together. Partnerships, combines, and group efforts. Minimize too much individualistic approach to investments. Give preferences to Igbo and Igbo organizations, including our local churches and assemblies, in our corporate social responsibility and in our giving. No one else can help our people. Other people are investing and helping their people. We are busy joining them to invest and help their people. Not bad, but who will help our own people? This wonderful article is by Mazi Sam Ohuabunwa, OFR, KSC, Founder Chairman, SOFEE. We at the Igbo Area TV, we wish to add that most of what we beg federal government to do in the southeast can be done by we ourselves. We can have contributions. A sister once told me that during the plan to build or rebuild Imo Airport, that there were even contributions in the church. Even if it's 1 naira, but the number of people that does contribution is what generates huge funds. We can change things. Thanks for listening to Igbo Area TV. God bless you. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates. Bye for now.